Have you ever felt a door creak open inside your own mind? The kind that lets in a rush of cold air carrying the taste of old blood, the smell of damp concrete, and the faint whisper of a voice that sounds too much like your own? That bone-deep fear of stepping through and discovering the person you became was built on someone else's buried sins, mixed with the desperate hope that truth could finally set you free. Episode 4 of Dorohedoro Season 2 throws you headfirst into that dark hallway. Released today, April 8, 2026, and streaming on both Crunchyroll and Netflix. This chapter builds straight on the nightmare mushrooms and memory flashes from the 3-episode premiere. It drags you deeper into the hole's rotting guts and the sorcerer world's twisted games. From the first frame, you can almost feel the sticky residue of half-remembered dreams on your skin and hear the low hum of secrets trying to stay buried. It doesn't dump answers on you. It cracks the door just wide enough to let the dread and curiosity flood in, leaving you gripping the edge of your seat, heart hammering. What if the face you fear is the one you've been hunting all along? You're not just watching an anime. You're standing at the threshold of someone's broken past, and you already need to know what waits on the other side. Right after the dream machine chaos and Cayman's chilling reaction to an old photo in episode 3, the story splits across the hole and the sorcerer side. The Cross Eyes gang works hard to hide a murder by making it look like suicide, while one of their own faces a brutal punishment for keeping dangerous secrets. Rizu pushes forward on his risky investigation, and Cayman finds himself standing in front of a literal door to his forgotten life. Nikaido and the rest stay close, trying to hold the group together as everything edges closer to breaking. The episode keeps the same wild balance of grotesque laughs and heavy tension, moving the pieces forward without rushing. It hands you just enough bloody clues and quiet shocks to leave your stomach twisting and your mind full of the same questions the characters are asking. You feel the same cold pull they do, wondering how much longer they can run from what's knocking on that door. This episode pushes the whole story like a slow, unstoppable current, not with giant fights, but with quiet moves that make the bigger storm feel closer. It builds on the premiere setup of memory experiments and cross-eyes threats, now showing how the gang cleans up their messes and how one hidden truth can crack the whole machine. The landlord cover-up and the punishment scene add real weight to the cross-eyes side, while Rizu's path and Cayman's door moment tighten the personal mystery. Pacing stays perfect. Strange humor gives you room to breathe before the tension squeezes again. Fans on Reddit have been asking about the cloudy parts, like exactly why the cross-eyes are so desperate or what Su's secret really means. The manga by Q Hayashida answers those later, revealing how these moments tie into bigger experiments between humans and sorcerers that started long before Cayman lost his face. The episode smartly holds back full answers, ending on a note that feels like the door is finally swinging open. You finish it hungry and uneasy, knowing the real collision is coming. The psychological layers get even thicker here. Cayman's fear isn't just surface anymore. You see the man behind the lizard head cracking under the weight of what he might have done. His choices feel raw and true, like someone who wants answers but is terrified of them. Nikaido stays the steady anchor, her loyalty shining through every protective move. Rizu's quiet drive adds heartbreaking depth, and the cross-eyes characters, including the one getting punished, show new cracks in their tough shells. Every line and action feels consistent with who they are, yet surprising enough to make you see them in a fresh, painful light. It's the kind of growth that hits you in the chest, reminding you how identity can feel like both armor and a cage. The episode digs into the questions we all carry when the past starts knocking. Do you open the door and risk becoming the monster you hate, or keep it shut and stay lost forever? Power, morality, sacrifice, and the fight between hope and despair show up in the smallest decisions, covering a killing to survive, punishing a friend to protect the group, or stepping toward a memory that could destroy you. It echoes real-life moments when people faced their own ugly histories, from war crimes to personal regrets, and had to choose whether truth was worth the pain. The story doesn't preach. It lets the blood and silence show you exactly how heavy those choices feel. New details about Cross-Eyes operations and the door to the past make the universe feel even more alive and dangerous. The rules of magic, memory, and loyalty get clearer without slowing things down, turning the whole and the sorcerer world into places that feel real and rotten in the best way. The script stays sharp and full of life. Some lines make you laugh through the gore, others land like a punch and stay with you. Certain words carry heavy foreshadowing that makes you replay them after the credits, feeling their full weight. Mappa, under director Yuichiro Hayashi, keeps the raw magic going strong. Art director Miho Sugiura creates frames that feel dirty and beautiful at the same time. Deep shadows that hide secrets, sudden bursts of color in the blood and dreams, and movement that feels alive even when things go still. The animation is fluid in the chaotic moments and powerfully quiet when the weight hits. Beauty here means something honest and ugly. It shows you the truth hiding under the grime. Camera angles pull you right into the fear, tight shots on faces when memories surface, wider views that make the cover-up feel cold and calculated. The editing rhythm moves between fast chaos and slow dread, perfectly matching every character's racing heart or heavy silence. The OST acts like another shadow in the room. Low, creeping motifs build under the investigations, then drop into silence that feels louder than any scream. Those quiet stretches let the revelations sink deep into your bones. Wataru Takagi as Kamen delivers another powerhouse performance. His voice carries the exact tremor of a man staring at his own possible monster, blending rage, fear, and quiet heartbreak in a way that feels completely real. Reina Kondo as Nikaido brings warm strength that cuts through the darkness. The Seiyu playing the Cross-Eyes members add chilling layers to the punishment and cover-up scenes. Their work doesn't just say the lines, it makes you feel the souls cracking open. This episode left me tense, a little sick, and deeply moved. The mix of grotesque laughs and sudden, quiet terror stays with you like a bad dream you can't shake. Moments of loyalty and fear collided in ways that felt personal. The climax, that collision of destinies when Kamen stands at the door to his past, feels like a breaking point that changes how you see everything. It touches the big human questions we all face. How much of our past are we willing to face to know who we really are? What if the truth we hunt is the thing that breaks us? You walk away carrying that heavy ache and that spark of hope, already needing to know what happens when the door finally opens all the way. Some might say the split storylines feel a little busy at times, but I see it as a deliberate choice. This is Dorohedoro, where everything is messy and connected in ways you don't expect. The slower memory moments could feel heavy for new viewers, yet they reward those who've been waiting and let the emotional weight land stronger. These aren't flaws, they're part of what makes the world feel so raw and real. Episode 4 of Dorohedoro Season 2 succeeds brilliantly, a tense, heart-pounding step deeper into the chaos that honors the series' wild spirit while pushing the mysteries and characters forward in unforgettable ways. Its greatest strength is how it makes you feel every secret and every fear right alongside the cast. The animation, sound, and writing create something that crawls under your skin and stays there. So tell me, are you ready to stand with Kamen at that door and watch it open? Because once the past starts spilling out and the Cross-Eyes secrets get too loud to ignore, turning away simply isn't an option anymore. The hole is waiting. The truth is knocking. Don't make them face it without you.